Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders. Commanders. Commanders.
Oh, shit! Get on your feet!
That's right. We are back for week 3. Another preview to be had as the Washington Commanders return home to welcome in the Las Vegas Raiders to Northwest Stadium, potentially for one of the last times, as we have some major announcements and major news to go over regarding the future of the Washington Commanders. But joined alongside the senior producer, the voice of reason, the captain of the goofy ship, one half of the founding fathers, the Commanderlorain himself, my brother Crevonte, baby.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Well, now that's goofy.
Stupid. Just stupid.
Another week of NFL football.
Oh, we love it. We absolutely love it. I don't necessarily love the position that we are in, but football is on a weekly basis. So I'm excited to get into it. We back to playing on Sundays because Thursdays are terrible. Are absolutely terrible for us. But yeah, we got quite a bit of news to get to, so we can jump into it.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe if you're watching on X, come on over from X and check us out on YouTube. Search the Flex Zone Podcast and subscribe. Vote on the poll. Let us know what player needs to step up the most with potentially JD5 out. But Crevonte, we got big news from DC. Yes, DC, as the plan to return to the site of the former home at RFK Stadium cleared its final hurdle with the local legislator Wednesday. When the District of Columbia Council approved the legislation, the bill passed by an 11-2 vote, sent to Mayor Muriel Bowser, who negotiated the original plan with Josh Harris in April. The team contributing $2.7 billion and the city investing roughly $1.1 billion for the stadium, housing, green space in a sports complex on land bordering the Anacostia River. I can say we're officially bringing our Commanders home and turning 108 acres of land on the banks of the Anacostia on the monumental axis into jobs and opportunity for DC residents, Mayor Bowser said as well. And the current Commanders play at Northwest Stadium, but open will be potentially in 2030. And this is where they won 3 Super Bowls in the 80s and the 90s as well. Now, one council member, Democrat Matthew Furman, switched his vote to yes Wednesday after opposing the bill last month as well. So pretty much one dominating fashion, Crevonte. We're looking at a 2030 open date. I could see that. The jobs, the greenhouse, the sports complex, restaurants, the overall area. How are you feeling about this? Finally,
Oh, it's gonna be
going
crazy.
over its final hurdle.
It's gonna be crazy, man. I cannot wait. NFL drafts, will be eligible for all the big stuff. Hosting a Super Bowl pretty soon, usually when a new when a new stadium becomes operational, usually within the first 5 years they try to get a Super Bowl up in there, because it's usually the latest and greatest. So all that's going to be very, very exciting. Of course, a crazy boost to the economy. So it's going to be a lot of jobs to be had, like green spaces. There's going to be recreation, all that out there. So they call me for that. You know what I'm saying? It's all it'd be all good. And I think new living spaces as well. So it's going to be a little bit of everything. And of course, we going back to where we had the most glory as a franchise. So this is good, man. This is really good for everybody. And being back in DC is huge. I thought that was huge for me personally, because I really don't care for Landover. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
You think about the Super Bowl, the Final Four, the WrestleManias, the wrestling
Yeah.
events. You got the draft is going to be coming there soon as well, Crevonte. You think about the World Cup, the Olympics, even maybe one day if that's on the world. There you go. I mean, it's going to be exciting to see the whole how we get to see potentially the process. So that's going to be fun to see over the next 5 years or so to see how it comes together.
Oh yeah. Y'all might be able to get me to come out to a mania. you know what I'm saying? Just so I could be able to experience the greatness of what the area, when it's built up, will have to offer, and probably would enhance the experience for a sport I'm not too fond of. So maybe it can all help.
All right, Crevonte, get your threads ready. Sunday, 1 p.m. when Miss Hayes lays out your outfit of the day. You'll be wearing the home unis. Got the burgundy with the gold pants, and of course the home helmet as well. I know you love the classic retro home unis.
Oh yeah. I love that has become, is it even retro at this point? It's pretty much a, what I'm saying, the standard that I'm expecting with the threads. Now we could say cool things like threads now because it actually looks cool. So, I'm all for it. Which means the Raiders will be wearing whites, probably, and they're silver, probably silver pants.
Yeah. All right, real quick before we get to the elephant in the room, Preston Smith back with the Commanders. You like that?
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. He is a similar body type to Dietrich Wise, and pretty much they both do similar things. So I like it. He's familiar with the organization. He's not familiar with the staff that's around him, but he's definitely familiar with the organization. So it's good to see a familiar face. Hopefully, he has a little something left in the tank.
All right, let's get to the injury report. And starting at the top, JD5, sprained knee. John Bates didn't practice. Noah Brown didn't practice. Jaden Daniels hasn't practiced, obviously. I think Debo had a rest day. Trey Umos limited. Brandon Coleman full practice. Jeremy Nicholas full practice. And Colson Yankoff. JD 5 on down. You can work your way through it. Is he going to play?
I'm leaning to no. I'm leaning towards no. John Bates and Noah Brown are definitely not playing. They suffered big time injuries on this past last Thursday. So they're definitely not playing. JD5 is, I don't know, he's trending on the way to not playing, in my opinion. Coach Quinn said if he could get out there tomorrow and if he looks good, he could play. But I just don't think it's worth it. He missed two straight practices. I'm good on him, really. Now I really don't want to see him. Just we got to play this with caution. You know what I'm saying? And I think Marcus Mariota is a viable backup, and we can still get it done with him. So I don't think JD5 is going to play. And honestly, we on shaky ground, so I don't think he should play. But if he feels up to it, I know he's going to get out there because he's a competitor. I think I saw Brandon Coleman. I saw Coleman on there. He's good. He's pretty much good to go. And who else was at the bottom? I think Yankoff. Is good to go. I think everybody else outside of
Yankoff,
outside of the top three. Yeah. Everybody's good and pretty much trending upward to play. But obviously Noah Brown and Noah Brown's out and
Jeremy
Bates and Bates are definitely out. JD5 is actually still in the air. Don't think he should play, but everybody else is pretty much good to go.
From a Raiders perspective, Brock Bowers has been limited. He did play last week. Jeremy Chin, former commander with the Raiders now, he limited. And that's pretty much the main two things there. How you feeling about the Raiders side of it?
Well, Brock Bowers is the person who I'm terrified of. So I'm sure he's going to play. But him being limited, limited in practice and limited in the game are two different things. So he's still very much the top concern for us, at least for us on the defensive side of the ball. Jeremy Chin and Zach Ertz, I'm looking forward to seeing that matchup. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, but it ain't too much going on.
How do you feel about the overall? You got a team like the Raiders coming in, Pete Carroll, Geno Smith. They got some guys, Max Crosby, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers. What do you think about the Raiders overall and maybe where they're at looking forward the rest of the season? Are they a team that can maybe surprise some people?
It's hard to determine because of the first 2 weeks. They had a really good game and they had a really bad game. Well, I'll say that. Let me say they had I'm not gonna say they had a really good game. They had a solid game and against the Patriots. But this past week they played terribly. I'm hoping they have a repeat performance. I think Geno threw 3 picks, something like that. And couldn't get the run game going. They did not look good. And we're usually whatever the last thing happens, what's in our heads. So they did not have a good week last week. So there's potential there because Geno Smith is solid, but the offensive line is still struggling, man. So typically an organization and a football team goes as the offensive line goes. So if Geno has time, he can look really good. But last week was not great, and Ashton Genty seems to be struggling. And I don't think that's a Genty problem. I think that's an offensive line problem. But it is what it is. But they could, they absolutely have the potential, but they're probably mid right now.
Matchup history: Las Vegas, Oakland leads the series 8-7. Crevonte. Washington has won the last four, with the last loss was in 2005. The first win over the Raiders was in 1983. Who was the quarterback then?
For 83 for who? What was that? Is that
Washington, then Commanders.
Was that what you talking about? My quarterback or the Raiders quarterback? When that
Your
was that
quarterback. He's a
shoot.
broadcaster now. Terrible
That
injury.
Asman?
Yes, Joe Theismann. 3 touchdowns, 400 yards, 37-35 victory. In December 5th, 2021, their first time playing since they moved to Las Vegas, the Raiders. They defeated the Raiders, did the Washington football team at the time, 17-15, if you remember, a last-second field goal, 48-yarder.
Whew, what a time. Jeez. But yeah, so we're pretty much even all time, but we have been getting the best of them as of late. I'm liking the fact they're coming west to east, even though the Seahawks completely debunked that when they played the Steelers. But I'm hoping things fare a little bit better for us for their road trip.
3.5 point spread. You guys are the favorites. How you feel about that? And over under 44.5.
3.5. That's a home spread. And the Raiders did not. Well, neither one of these teams looked great in their week 2 matchup. So pretty much they're giving the points to the home team. 44.5. That's probably right around there. See, a 24-20. We could see a game like that. Both getting into the low 20s. So yeah, 44.5 sounds about right.
Beautiful 71-degree day, clear, perfect. Nice and sunny, perfect day for football in September.
Absolutely perfect day. Weather should not be a factor in this game, which is all good.
Well, speaking of factors of this game, let's get to Crevonte's keys to the game to a Commander's victory to get over 500, potentially without no JD5.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this as if he's not playing. Number one, but whether he was playing or not, our rookie right tackle absolutely struggled in his first two weeks. Real bad against the Packers and Michael Parsons. That was terrible. The offensive line, but specifically right tackle, because Max Crosby probably saw that game and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him. It's going to be a repeat performance." That's what Max Crosby's bringing to the table. So finding a way to protect whoever the catcher is. I'm not the catcher. Whoever the quarterback is. That's numero uno. Gotta protect. And also on the offensive side of the ball, we gotta run the football. We had 3 guys that had 17 yards apiece. I don't know who are you beating with being that one-dimensional so soon in a game. So I'm really hoping that Bill Krosky-Merritt is able to get going, and we could be more balanced, because again, once you turn one-dimensional, it's easier to defend you. So those are my 2 keys on the offensive side of the ball. Now to the defense. So many things. Let's not make this the game where Ashton Jeanty goes off. Cannot let this be the game. He needs to continue to struggle like he's been doing the first 2 weeks. Let's keep that momentum going. So we have to contain Jeanty and the running game. And of course, Brock Bowers. He is my highest level of concern, because again, it kind of goes hand in hand with the Jeanty and the running game. If they get the play action going, oh my gosh, I can see him destroying us. And we are terrible against tight ends. We really don't have a go-to person to cover tight ends. Lord knows Bobby Wagner ain't doing it. Them days is over. So maybe safety Will Harris will probably draw that short straw. So yeah, got to be able to contain the run game, and don't let Brock Bowers kill you. Preston Smith, we'll see how quickly he can get acclimated to this defense. The quicker, I think, the quicker the better. Excuse me. Now the special teams, very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. I lost count how many field goals and all that stuff was missed. Like, Matt Gay is not it. Like, how I didn't even hear nothing about him being let go. Like, did I miss something? Is he still on the team? Is he still kicking?
Yes.
Why? Yes, goofy. This is beyond good. Why? He should have walked back from Green Bay. He should just not be getting home now.
That's goofy.
Come on now.
Stupid. Just stupid.
So, obviously that's concerning because we don't want to repeat performance. Should be. It should have been pink slips everywhere. Pink slips everywhere. Why is he still on this team? I do not know. Probably because they couldn't find anybody. I guess on short notice, but I do not feel great about him kicking in any games moving forward into the future. So, special teams, got to make our kicks. No big plays. Don't give up any big plays, and try to have a big play or two at least in the return game. Something to spark, the offense. But don't give up nothing crazy. Don't have nothing like the Steelers when that mess happened and the Seahawks went all the way down and recovered it in the end zone pretty much. We won't need nothing crazy like that. And we need to make our kicks. Folks are out here kicking 60-yard field goals like it's 50s. Like 60 is new 50s right now. And we don't have a guy like that. We do not. So that's putting a little bit more pressure on our offense to be more efficient, because we don't have a reliable kicker. We don't have a reliable place kicker. Tressway, I think Tressway is pretty good to go. So that's probably our brightest spot on on special teams. But no big plays. I pretty much say the same thing every week for that. No, don't give up no big plays, because the game can shift off of a negative or a positive special teams play. So offensive line, running game for the offensive side, defense, Brock Bowers, run game. Got to be able to contain both of them. I don't know what we're gonna do at the tight end position. I don't know if we got to double him or what, but you saw what happened in the Packers game. Like, what are we doing? And of course, special teams. I don't feel good about it. I'll be honest with you. Matt Gay he's not the guy right now. Like, once again, Tressway is our guy, and hopefully we could get a good return from Debo or Jalen Lane. But the bright spot is Tressway right now.
How do you feel about Von Miller? Lamar wanted to know, speaking of defense, we'll go back to front. How you feel about Von Miller and his pass rush overall? Frankie Louvu led you guys in sacks last year. Are you seeing that same guy? Who is going to step up? What are you seeing from Bobby Wagner, the DBs?
So Frankie Louvu has been getting a lot more attention than he did last year. He was matched up against running backs and tight ends a little bit more, but now the big guys are putting hands on him now, so he's not getting as I guess much of a push, much of an impact on the defensive side of the ball. So it's looking like he's like kind of not there, but it's up to Joe Witt Jr. to find a way to scheme him. Let's see. Who's the other guy? Did you say
Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, and the DBs overall, and the front seven now without Dorrance Armstrong.
So Bobby Wagner's old. He should be limited as far as the snaps, especially in obvious passing downs. He's a liability in the run game. So hopefully Jordan McGee gets some playing time. And Von Miller hasn't made much of a crazy impact, but it's kind of hard to when you're never in a position to rush the passer. So Von Miller won't look as productive or effective when we don't put him in those positions. So, it's early, but haven't seen nothing crazy out of him. I'm gonna give it one more game. I'm gonna give it one more game for Marshawn Lattimore because that's my Ohio State guy, man. That's my guy. He does not look good. He does not look good, and he got the nerve to be wearing number 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just number 1 and number 2 are for ballers only. Ballers only. Number 1 and number 2, ballers. You can't just be wearing those numbers and you stinking it up. So I'm gonna hold out on Marshawn Lattimore before I give him the stamp of goofy. But he has not been looking great. Trey Amos, he has not. It seems like maybe we could look that up, but he has not seemed to be targeted a lot. So which is cool, which is all well and good. I'll say that that's a good thing. So that's pretty cool. Quamon Will Harris, not really much, nothing great to report. As far as the secondary, but yeah, it ain't too much going on with the safeties. On the defensive line, I'm hearing great things about Javon Kinlaw. Great things. Deron Payne is getting mixy as well, so I'm hoping they can be able to again. Ashton Jesse has only been having maybe 2.6 yards to carry. Keep that right around there. Again, we don't want the rookie to have a game on us. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they can get those things together. And again, got to play together. And I saw the press conference with Joe Witt Jr. He spoke a lot about eye discipline, reading your keys, being where you're supposed to be. The Packers had a lot of misdirection. So, as a defense, as a defense, you have to be very disciplined in what you're saying because the point is for you to look this way and us to go the other way. And the Packers gashed us a couple times. So I'm hoping, with the extra time that they really lock in with their eye discipline and just reading their keys and being disciplined as a whole. At least Geno Smith probably won't get out the gate on us as far as rushing, but
yeah,
nonetheless, still have to be disciplined.
Let's hear from running back 1 now with Austin injury. He's just a bill.
Obviously, you lose Austin. That's really tough, but obviously a good opportunity for you to get more reps, more carries. Bittersweet in a sense, knowing what happened to Austin and now the opportunity you have in front of yourself.
Oh yeah, thankful for Austin. Yeah, I learned a lot from him, in the short time that we had, and I'm just thankful, for the things he taught me, and I'm ready to take advantage. Cause I still got to go out there and do my job, and still earn their trust to be the starting running back. So I feel like I treat it like I'm still at the bottom. I don't think they're gonna change. My work ethic's still gonna stay the same, and I'm just hungry.
Explain that. How do you try to embrace this opportunity ahead of you here?
Just do my job and do whatever they got for me.
Phil, you guys have had a couple of days to digest this Packers loss. Been around the guys. How do you think this team's going to respond from a loss?
I think we're going to respond pretty well. We was happy to get back on the practice field today. It was a long weekend, not being able to do nothing. But I feel like we had a lot of energy today. We was excited just to be back out there, and we just taking it day by day and trying to get better at something every day.
Bill Crevonte, RB1. How you feel about him moving forward?
I love it, man. He has a lot of potential. I was not ready for him to take over RB1 duties so soon. in the year, but I'm interested to see how the workload affects him and how effective how effective he can be. Now it's still going to be running back by committee. McNichols and Rodriguez are going to be in the backfield with him as well. So man, I love it, and I love his attitude. And he's right, man. When you lose on a Thursday night, things are you're eager to get back to it because it's a sour taste in your mouth a little bit longer than everybody else who loses on Sunday. So now everybody's, I'm sure practice was probably revved up, and everybody wants to prove that the last performance that they had is not them. So yeah, I'm hoping he takes the next step and is able to be effective in a ground game.
In case you guys are wondering, it is Thursday Night Football. We have a 21-14 game with the Dolphins driving to try and score, and it is 1st and goal now after a nice Devon Achane run. So if you're watching us, turn the game down, keep the game on, and have us for the sound as we break down the Commanders. What are your thoughts for Mariota if he is the starter? And it's looking like he probably will be on Sunday, but he can do a lot of the things JD5 can do.
Sure. I think he's a very, very competent backup. I feel comfortable with him running the offense in JD5's absence. Now, obviously, they were both Heisman Trophy winners, but they were Heisman Trophy winners years apart. Like Marcus Mariota running around days are long behind him, but he still has it. He still has it up here, and that's great moving forward. So, as a vet, he'll keep the mistakes to a minimum, and I think he'll be effective in the offense because he knows it and he's been in it. He's been in it for some time. So I think he knows what needs to be done, and it's just hopefully it's just just for this game. And I think in a pinch, I don't mind Marcus Mariota for 1 or maybe 2 games.
And what are you expecting from Cliff Kingsbury to help out Marcus Mariota in this game, maybe early on, especially with the first 15, and like you said, with the running game as well? And he can do maybe a little more read option than Jayden. He's maybe more of a willing runner than Jayden sometimes because Jayden will sit back there and pick you apart through the pocket.
Man, listen, I would Cliff Kingsbury to run the ball. That's what I need because that was a rough day at the office for JD5. I think he threw the ball 45 times, something like that. That's absurd. Nobody. I don't. It's not many quarterbacks I'm cool with throwing the ball 45 times because 45 times means a turnover or 2. We'll probably be in that. So being able to be balanced is what's important. And the way to do that, run the football and stay out of the distance, the 2nd and long, 3rd and longs. So we can't be so predictable. So yeah, we have to be effective, run the football and being effective in the run game. So when Marcus Mariota gets on the play action, he can hit Deebo Samuels going across the middle. He can hit Terry McLaurin on a deep post. You know what I'm saying? Those things will be open. And Zach Ertz in the middle of the field. All those things will be open. But there's no way on God's green earth that I'm comfortable with Marcus Mariota throwing the ball 35 times. I am not. He needs to throw the ball 20, probably the low 20s, 25 max. Because I think the lower his attempts, the better the game will end for us.
36 of 44, 364, 4 touchdowns, 18 carries, 92 yards, and a touchdown. And we got from Marcus right here. Let's play the sound real quick.
All right.
Well, for me, I've always tried to approach it the same. So I always try to approach it like I'm going to play. That way, if the scenario happens where I'm given the opportunity to play it, nothing changes for me on a week-to-week basis. So my routine stays the same. And I think it just kind of creates that normal procedure for me, and it allows me just to go out there and play and not have to worry about, okay, I got to do this extra, I got to do that. Like I just kind of stick to my process and allow that process to work. You never really know what this is going to look like through the course of your career, and every opportunity you get to play, I'm just grateful for it. So if it comes down to that, I'll be excited to play, and I'll be really looking forward to it.
A veteran too. He's been in the league for a
He
minute.
sound like it.
You don't
He
you don't
sound
think
like a vet.
about it. Yeah, you don't think about how long he's been in the league.
Yeah,
So,
man. What? So what? It's been 12. How long you been in the league? 'Cause, I'm trying to think. He came around the time when James Winston came in, right? Him and James Winston was like 1 and 2.
yeah, I think that was like 2016.
Oh, so no, it ain't been that long. So he coming up on 10. He had 10 years then, right?
Oh, 2015.
Right. So he knew he was double digits. I know him and James Winston came out together. They were 1 and 2.
To the Titans.
Ugh. Sure, he
To the
wants to forget those
Titans.
days. But yeah, that's a vet. He sound like a vet. I'm cool with us going into battle with him playing quarterback. I have no issues with that.
All right, give me your score prediction, Crevonte, and your winner for this week.
Thinking I said something earlier. I think 24-20 Commanders. I think I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna lock in with 24-20.
Sounds good. So you have them covering the spread.
Yeah. It's gonna be close. I I hate when they throw the hook on. Whoa, the Dolphins just tied the game.
Yeah, they just tied. Tyreek Hill.
Man, listen. Let me tell you something. Oh yeah, Mark did say Tyreek got into the end zone. Short week, Thursday night divisional games are always weird. Like, because there's no
11
reason
and a
like
half. 11 and a half. I think even
it
some
was
had 12 and a
12.
half.
It was 12 and a
Yeah.
half. It and depending on what book
I took
you
it at
had,
11 and a half. I took it at 11 and a half, by the way.
I think I put them in a teaser. I gotta check. But I it's always weird with the double digit point spreads. I know Lamar Jackson, especially off of laws, he usually covers those like it ain't nothing. But everybody else, I don't know. And it's the fourth quarter, so we kind of winding down. So them winning by 2 scores maybe a stretch, but we'll see. It's still time left. It's still time for Tua to throw a pick 6. That's still very much on the board.
Week 3, Crevonte, anything you're looking forward to for week 3? Looking at sleep.
Come on down. Oh my God! You know what I'm not looking forward to? That game. The Bengals and the Vikings. Oh yuck! I forgot. You know what? I forgot who I picked. I ain't gonna hold you. I think I picked the Vikings. I think I picked the Vikings because and that's literally because they're at home.
Yeah.
And I probably trust Wentz a little bit more than Browning, but it ain't by much. So yeah, that 2.5 is probably a bit much. That probably should be a pick 'em, but that's neither here nor there. That's a game I am not looking forward to.
Now, real quick, I'm looking forward to Titans Colts. By the way, personally, I picked the Titans. I think Cam will get his first win. I know people are loving the Colts, but Danny Dimes will show up eventually.
Well, again, divisional games are different, so we'll see. When I'm just waiting for Daniel Jones to show his true self. I'm waiting.
Yes.
Because at some point it's going to come up. It's going to rear his ugly head, and I'm gonna be like, "Told you." Big
ups to Shane Steichen. I know he's on the hot seat, but he's a hell of a coach. Both of those Eagles coordinators, Gannon in Arizona, they're really good.
I like. Yes, absolutely. Mark said we're gonna cover. Yeah. I mean, I think they should. But I'm saying at some point, Daniel Jones is gonna turn that pumpkin. He gonna turn into that pumpkin.
$37, Crevonte. You can have a ticket. Nissan Stadium. $37. As low as $37.
How much to call a play or two? How much that costs?
I mean, they got the owner on the sideline. She got a headset on and all that.
What else we got? Week 3. Still, the page could be interesting. There it is. Rams Eagles. We're talking about the class of the NFC right about now. If Matthew Stafford's healthy, man, I like the Rams to cover, man. Even though it is in Philadelphia, but
I like. Did you pick the Rams? Didn't you pick the Rams?
I believe I did. I think I did.
I think Jalen Hurts only has 3 passes over 10 yards this season. I heard that today. I'm like, huh?
I don't think he has any passing touchdowns either.
Yeah, like it's crazy that they're dominating like this.
No. But the crazy thing is they're not dominating. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cowboys was a 1-possession game. CeeDee Lamb was if he'd have caught one of those passes that he dropped, it's probably a different outcome. And the Chiefs, Travis Kelce's old, man. I couldn't believe he dropped that pass, that touchdown, and that swung the pendulum back the other way. You saw the what the NFL said about the tush push. They're actually going to officiate that better. I'm like, thank you, because how are you able to hover over the ball like that as the center? Like, how are you able to get away with that? Everybody, the whole interior offensive line is over the line of scrimmage. I'm like, that's crazy. So maybe the tush push will die out on his own once they start officiating it better. But I did pick the Rams on the road.
Anything else you're looking forward
to? Texas in a must-win mode. The Texans are in must-win mode.
I agree.
Broncos Chargers division. Who's for real?
Yeah.
Who is for real? Yeah, I like the Chargers in that game, but the Broncos defense is top notch. Yeah, ain't much else after that. Cowboys, Bears, Chiefs must win. Oh, I picked we picked the Cardinals, right?
Yeah, we roll with them, baby. We rolling with them. Even though Brock Purdy apparently back at practice. Purdy back at practice, but I don't know if he's going to play. He's back at practice.
I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to play.
That Monday night.
Yeah, Chiefs must win. And oh boy, Monday night we gonna be. Are we gonna be live doing that? Like
after the game.
Okay.
Like a wrap up post game, and then something quick.
Okay. All right. That's a bet.
Maybe just recap that and do the picks, or recap the week and do game ball, not so game ball, and do the picks. Something simple and goofy. Just a quick wrap up.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. The Cowboys Bears spread look wonky. It does.
1.5.
I guess, man. 1.5. It is a little wonky, but either team, whoever Vegas picked to be favored, you can't be favored by much.
That's week 3. Crevonte, any final thoughts? And let the people know what we do here for the Commanders. We'll be live on Sunday after Commanders and Raiders. So
pretty much, Thursday seems to be our day for the pregame, unless they play on Thursday. Sheesh. Thursday seems to be our day that we do our previews for Commanders, where I give you keys to the game. We go over the injury report, and any other factors that we think are significant. And of course, Sunday immediately after the game, we do our post game, where you get our live, instant reactions of what happened. And that's good, that's bad, indifferent, and ugly. So definitely encourage you all to tune in for that. It could be very entertaining depending on what happened from me personally.
Appreciate you, Crevonte, senior producer, one half of the Founding Fathers, captain of the Goofy Ship, Commanderlorain. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell, vote on the poll. Super chats, always can send those in to support what we do. Never obligated, but always appreciated. And the Cash App, Flex on One on all social media. Only place Crevonte give me sports how you want it.
When you need it.
All the beautiful people on X, come on over to YouTube, subscribe. Promise you'll find content that you like. We'll be live Sunday after Commanders and Raiders. And Crevonte, I'll give you the final word. I think that's pretty much all we got today. I think we covered everything.
Man, listen, we gotta find a way to get these X people on YouTube. Like, what is popping on X? Is this like easier to stream? Like, what? Why?
Hashtag. That's why I need to stream, because I use the hashtags and I add people and I try to push it out there. So I guess it's more accessible on X. I don't know.
It has something's up, because it's always, anytime we have a big number, it's always heavy on the X side. Like, what? We gotta look that up, man, because this is crazy. Like, we got a lot of viewers, but you know, X doesn't help us as much. But yeah, I mean, we covered about everything, man. The Commanders absolutely need to get back on track. I'm not gonna say must win, but this is, we need to get right. We don't want this negative snowball to get any bigger, because you know, people were saying crazy stuff after we lost, and I'm like, yo, that was the Packers. Like, that was a top tier team. It's okay to lose to a top tier team. But Thursday nights, that's a coaching. I think that's a coach, just getting the players ready. I think that's a coaching thing. But I believe in Dan Quinn, and hopefully Adam Peters is still working behind the scenes to get us some more help, man. It's getting crazy out here with these injuries. But
For sure.
you know, it is what it is, man.
Bills just scored a touchdown. Josh Allen touchdown pass.
So the Bills scored and they got the ball back.
The Dolphins got the ball back. Oh, they got the ball now. Yeah, they just about to do the kickoff and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yep. So, guys, last bit of this game might be an interesting last 7 minutes, so enjoy it. Back and forth. Hopefully the Dolphins cover for my personal reasons, but we'll see what happens. Thursday night, we'll do previews each week for the Commanders and post-game shows, and be here all throughout the season as long as it goes. For Crevonte, yours truly, God's favorite host. We will see you tomorrow. Lots of content coming this weekend. And of course, on Sunday, Crevonte and I will not only cover the Commanders, we'll go around the NFL, look at the early slate of games, and preview the afternoon slate, biggest news, notes, and biggest just takeaways from the first wave of games as well. And yeah, stay tuned. Only place Crevonte give you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
Throw your ones up, acknowledges. Commanders, Raiders, post-game show is on Sunday. We'll be here. For Crevonte and everybody in the chat, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, vote on the poll, become a member. Appreciate each one of you. Thank you for watching. We gone, y'all. Have a good night, everybody. For Crevonte, yours truly, God's favorite host. Peace. We gone, y'all.